Hello, this is Brandon here with Alt4.co, and this is the Week in Review for Week 40, October 3rd through the 7th, 2022. In the Week in Review, I give a quick one-sentence synopsis or quick synopsis on what I talked about all week, and this is what I talked about. So on Monday, I had my podcast titled From Dependable to Dependent, and I'm talking about more family struggles that we've had recently, and so with that I bring in some anecdotes that are hopefully relatable to people and offer some suggestions on how to deal with them, including faith. On Tuesday I talked about Here Comes the Rain Again was the title. It's really about the transition into the fall season, and despite the fact that we're still having some summer-like weather, which is very uncharacteristic for Oregon, it signals the end of getting things done outside, the end of harvest. And so I'm trying to wrap up all my projects and put my things to bed that I need to get done while I still have the chance with the weather. On Wednesday, I talked about modifying a door from a slab to fit in an existing opening. This particular door was actually the front door, so I had to modify where the hinges were and how the bolt strikes and things worked on the frame. So I talked about why you would want to do that, why you wouldn't, when you would want to, and how I went about that. On Thursday, I had Tactical Thursday, and this segment this week, I was talking about lubrication for air rifles. Now, this is primarily focused on my Daisy 840 that I've had since I was 10 years old, and I've never done anything to it. So now that it's starting to fail, I was hoping to resurrect it with some lubrication, but I also talk about lubrication for other types of air rifles, and there are different products for different needs. Check that out. And then finally on Friday, I had the Atlas Shrugged review. We are in section 2 or part 2, chapter 4. And if you haven't read the book, I won't spoil it for you, but essentially there's a defense that is no defense. And the reason there's no defense is because it doesn't make sense. Now, that strategy doesn't always work, but it's an analog for what we should be thinking about, I feel like, with politics. When both sides are picking a side on either side is a losing proposition, playing the game is a losing proposition. So your only defense really is to not play, and that is to offer no defense against the charges that are being leveraged, or in essence, that is to not pick a side, essentially. So check out Alt4.co for more details on all those, and we will see you next week.